If you use the blocks command and pop up the dialog box, it's not uncommon as you are scrolling through the list to come across examples such as these two where there appears to be nothing at all inside the block, so they're empty blocks. What I'm going to do, and you can't delete them, notice that the button is greyed out. What I'm going to do is to edit that block, and I'll put in some text, single line text, and I'll type in the word empty, and I'll say OK. I'm going to make the text really quite large, and the reason for that you'll see in a moment. When I close the block editor, now because I made the text quite large, I can find that block, and now that I can find it, I can erase it. So it's gone. So now when we go back into the blocks editor here, you see delete is highlighted. So delete unused blocks, one should disappear, or there's several others, but this one has still be pink, is still empty as well, and I can't delete it. So again, I'm going to edit it, and I'll put in here some more text, and I'll call it empty2 to distinguish it from the other one. OK it, again, pop it in and make it very large, give it a 0 angle, close the block editor. Wow, there are lots and lots of instances of this particular block. So in the previous instance it was very easy to remove instances of the first block we found, but here we've got lots and lots of instances of it. How to select them all easily. There's a quick workaround. If you attach a GCP file, really doesn't matter which particular plant data file you use, I'll attach this one, and then set data to a plant. We'll pick the block and we'll just pick it to the first of these and right click to finish. Now we've got a tool here which says show symbols with names, and all of the what were originally empty blocks, now called empty2, show. So they're all selected, they can all be removed. So the base point for all of them was way down here, so they were certainly an odd collection. Originally there was nothing in them, so we can delete them all in one go. And if we come back here now, there's our empty2 block, and what surprises me is that we still, even though we deleted them all, this one doesn't allow me to delete. So I'll close again, and I'll just save my drawing, then I'll try again. I'll go gCADPlus, show symbols with names, and clearly there are some more symbols with names there. We may have to, and I'll delete those and come back in. We might just have to detach the plant schedule, but first we'll go in here and see whether we can now delete the block. I don't think we can, so we may have to delete or attach a different schedule if you like. Do we want to delete the existing assignments? We can say yes, we want to clear them all, and we're done. So I've just simply attached a different plant data file, and we'll go here to blocks, and still we can't delete it. So maybe it says zoom extents, come right out and see if we've missed anything at all. We should be able to remove that particular block, and we don't seem to be able to. So let's come in here, and this is that we can edit it again. It's clearly got some large text in it. What I'm going to do is copy that text, pop it up here, and I'll scale this text. I'll scale it by a factor of 10, So I've got two pieces of text in there now, one of them huge. So we'll close the editor, we'll regen. Maybe it's on a layer that is turned off, so I'll make sure all layers are in fact on, and I'll regen, and I still can't see that block, and still I can't hit my delete button. So I'm going to save it, I'm going to close, and I'm going to open it again. No, I don't want to save it at this stage, and I'll come back in here to the and finally we can delete them. So there's some considerable number of tricks there, and it takes a little bit of fiddling to get rid of them. You might say, well, how does a block of that type get done? Well, if you simply right click, and if some sort of entity is selected, so I'll pick this dimension here, right click, create a block, then in error at some stage we've given it a name and we've said convert to a block, and what I suspect happens is that someone's gone in to edit the block and deleted, erased everything in it, and then closed the block editor. And if we come back in here now, we've got a block called temp and it's empty. So one suspects that that's how those sort of blocks were made in the first time. So it's just a matter of being aware of what you are doing. If you have any block, go into the block editor and eliminate anything, you're going to have an invisible block in your drawing, which will be a little bit tricky to remove, as you've seen here.